53, and welcome to the show, and we're starting on time. Okay, right, sorry Peter, do you want to carry on with the story?
No, so I went down and I knew it to be back here for 10, so I went on the bike. Then I realised when I got there, this is your appointments tomorrow. Jumped in the van, Sheila there with her, threw the bike in the back of the van up to Lidl's and found that they advertised 7 shoes and there wasn't any there. So that was that. Then I come up here.
Right, okay.
Hence I'm dressed like this.
Right, I say good morning to Tish. Hello Tish, nice to see you. Right, okay, now there are conspiracy theories everywhere. But on Saturday, a call was made to the hospital that somebody has been taken ill, and they were taken to the hospital from Amesbury to the Salisbury General, and it took 2 days to diagnose that the person had in fact been infected by the Novichok nerve agent.
Yes.
And this is well, I've been to Salisbury in the intervening 4 months between the Scripples being poisoned and this couple being poisoned. And you think to yourself, well, do they really know whether it's safe or not?
Ooh.
Yeah? Because the current theory is that either this Novichok that they discovered, came in contact with, must have been either part of the preparations for the attack in Salisbury, or carelessly discarded after the attack in Salisbury. And I think that the poor people of Salisbury, well, first of all, the 2 people in hospital at the moment, hopefully they get a full recovery like the Scripples did. But I think from a PR point of view, I mean, that the chief medical officer of the UK came on television last night and said, okay, wash your hands, wash everything if you feel you've been in contact with it. And the police said, don't pick up anything you don't recognise. It seems that, John, you seem to be...
What can I say other than, you know, we won't know until we know, really. Yeah.
What?
By that I mean until they finish their investigations, we won't know if it was carelessly disposed of or if they walked past the site where they did the preparation. It's just disgusting that a foreign body is doing these kind of things in our country.
Totally agree with that. But it's difficult for the people in the area, Amesbury and Salisbury, because one of the areas cordoned off is in fact a park in Salisbury.
Yeah.
Right.
So, although Amesbury is 8 miles away, they've cordoned off the church that they attended. They've cordoned off the Boots Chemist in Amesbury. That's now open again. It's everywhere they've been.
Well, they can do it by a process of elimination, can't they, at the end of the day?
Yeah.
And it's like the guy said on Newsnight last night. I actually watched Newsnight last night, most unusual for me. And he said, well, why didn't the police know about it? Somebody said, and he said, well, until someone says there's a problem, how the heck are they going to search every square inch of Wiltshire, you know?
Impossible. I mean, Wiltshire's not a big county, but even so, you can't.
But like he said, the preparation could have been done in Wales, so who knows?
Indeed. Okay, right. Well, I hope the couple recover quickly and they're able to give the police information and that they do track down exactly where they came in contact with it and
clean up
watch this story. I mean, what they have said is the actual sites that they have cleansed are still clean. It didn't come from any of those places. Right, now imagine this. It's the World Cup. It's the last 16. England are playing. England are 1-0 up. It's the last minute. And you're watching intently because you want England to get over the line to actually qualify 1-0. And then you get a message on Messenger from Scotland, and you're distracted for a moment and you miss the equaliser. Do you think that could ever happen, Peter?
It might do, but what's the circumstances of the message from Scotland? Is this you personally?
Oh, yes.
Was it me?
Two out of the three people involved are here.
You see,
Well, I can't see how I was involved because for the entire match I was down the allotments. It had zero interest. No, it's not fair to say it had zero interest. I mean, if I'm honest, I did have it on my phone. But I certainly wasn't involved in any conspiracy to remove your attention.
the secret was in the word Scotland, because it shows you how much interest I've got in football, because I didn't even know they were playing at that time. Honestly, I didn't know.
No, I was just making a joke, Peter. No.
No.
I was embellishing the story because I did in fact see that goal, and I did. I saw the penalties afterwards. I think talking last night to one of my fellow German students, the lesson we have in Gaelic every other week, he was saying that the whole country, once it went to penalties, had decided that we were going to lose. As a body of people, we decided if ever England had to play and do penalties, we would lose. So that's why we all lost it when we actually won on penalties. Yeah, because we never expected it. We'd written it off. We'd written the team off before they went. We were grateful that they got through the qualifying stages, and then for them actually to be 1-0 ahead for 89 minutes was a hell of an achievement. But when it went to penalties, everybody thought, that's it, we're gone, we're out. Instead of which, of course, we're playing again on Saturday.
Because basically you're used to it, aren't you? And the person that missed the penalty becomes a very rich person because somebody uses him in their Burger King advert or something like that. Pizza advert, and they become very rich.
Well, it's funny you should say that. The current England manager actually missed a penalty in 1996.
Yeah, okay.
Which has haunted him for 22 years.
It's such a shame.
And now,
the best thing though was to see him consoling the Colombian that missed.
That was a brilliant photograph, wasn't it?
A picture I always remember is, I'm not a footballing guy, but I think it was a Scotland player or it was a Rangers sort of match. But basically, somebody missed a penalty, and someone took a picture of him. The guy was getting a bus, the guy that missed, and he was standing at a bus stop in Glasgow, and he was there, standing his own, and the rest of the people in the queue were about 3-4 body lengths from away from him. And they managed to get a picture, and it must be, who would want to be in that position taking the last penalty? And it was, that is traumatic.
Sure Southgate, when he was consoling the guy, said, look, all you need is a paper bag with some holes for the eyes, and you'll make a fortune. Because that's what he did. He wore a paper bag with some eye holes, sat with Stewart Pearson, I can't think who the other guy was, in a pizza restaurant, and had the pizza taken out of him. Yeah,
so it was quite. That's one tremendous bit of pressure, and any misses probably get abuse and everything for it.
Have either of you looked at the Gareth Southgate Wood hashtag?
No.
On Twitter, you must. There are some fantastic things in there.
Right.
I'm going to try.
Like Gareth Southgate would. If you were on holiday, Gareth Southgate would go round and see your granny, take her some shopping, and then sit down and watch Countdown. It doesn't sound funny when I say it, but when you read them, the hashtag is well worth a look at. So that's Gareth Southgate Wood. That's it.
Yeah. Indeed. Anyway, okay, before we leave football, predictions for Saturday? 3 p.m. it is, by the way, if you want to watch.
Sweden is just one of those teams that nobody can believe they've got as far as they have. I mean, I know we can't believe that England have got as far as they have, but Sweden is an odd team.
Okay.
3-0 to England.
Peter.
Not a clue. All I'm saying is I really do hope England get to the final. It'll be good for the country. And then they lose, because it doesn't bother me, but I know people in Scotland that would not be able to live with England winning the World Cup twice. It would just drive them crazy. But the thing is, the English would make sure they knew it at every opportunity. So go on, England, get to that final and get beat in a penalty thing. Yes, what would be great.
Just as a side story, in 1998, you remember 1998? There was a championship on, and I was up in Glasgow, and we were supplying software to a manufacturer there, and it so happened that Scotland were playing Brazil. So the company as a whole stopped work, went to the boardroom. They'd hired a big screen TV, and they invited us in to join them as they watched Scotland play Brazil. And that was just a fantastic atmosphere. It'd be the right place, right time to actually watch it with people who are actually rooting for Scotland. It was absolutely fantastic. Anyway, back to this. I'm going to go 2-0 to England, and I'm going to say that they will get to the final. But when in Russia, I'm not saying anything about conspiracies.
It needed to be 3-0 because every goal is worth £6.5 million in retail sales.
Was it?
Mainly beer, apparently.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Right. So if you're interested in the World Cup, the match is on Saturday at 3 p.m. in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern. And please support England. We need everybody cheering for us. Okay. Now I'll miss the first half, but I'm hoping to catch the second half because it's the 10K on Sunday. Angelica and Katie are doing a 10K.
That's right.
Right. Okay. Now we're going to mention this until March 19th, 2019. Lost. Oh, hang on. Peter lost signal.
Brexit. Oh no, not Brexit.
I think Peter knew that the next mention was going to be Brexit. Are you okay, Peter?
Yeah, no, I'm.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I didn't do a thing.
Okay.
This was BeLive deciding to change things around. Okay, now big day tomorrow for Mrs. May. She has to come out of Chequers, which is the Prime Minister's country residence, tomorrow evening, with all their cabinet agreeing to the third plan for Brexit. Do you think she will? John first.
No.
Sorry.
The only way she'd succeed is if she got Angela Merkel to come and tell them that they've got to do it. You know?
Peter.
You see, I think people have underestimated her, right? She's just ploughed on, and she's no. I'll tell you the biggest shock for everyone, right? Which has shut them up. Meantime, is when she said she's going to give even more money to the National Health Service. So that's one, and she's had that up her sleeve for a long time. And if she doesn't seem to be tough, I predict a riot, because I think that some people within the Tory party will have a coup, and it'll be all change again, and that's what I think will happen. If I was a negotiator, I'd be saying, yeah, we're on the verge of, we might not be, we'll be pulling out completely. You won't be getting your money, and we'll be going to World Trade Organization. Because I was listening to Lord Digby Brown this morning, and he said Asia is the market of the future, and we're already selling with them, and you'd be stifled by Europe. So yes, got a bit tough for them, and I think that's what they should do in the end, and just say, On you go then. Bye bye.
All right. I'm looking to it being a botched up sticky tape job, Blue Peter style, and everything we patched together so it looks fine. But that it's not. We can decide what we want to do, but Europe have got to say we're good with that. And we've still got intractable problems of the border in Northern Ireland and tariffs. And the bloke on the radio this morning saying there'd been no tariffs. Well, that's a load of... Right, okay. So for the country's sake, let's hope that they do get a good answer. But from a personal point of view...
Somebody said in another post the other day, it said, what about this Brexit? What's happening? What are you going to do? And I just put in, do what we normally do. Carry on regardless.
Well, in our daily lives, we do. We ignore what's going on in Westminster. And 30% of the population have no idea what a customs union is. So a third of the country just go around not even knowing that there's a problem, which is damning in itself.
I think the main problem is this, what do you call it, free labour into Britain. That's the sticking point. And everything's based on that. And if they don't let people come here, that'll blow the whole thing up. Because if they let it happen, things are going to change, I think. Something's going to happen. Don't know what it is, but something will happen.
Okay.
You know?
Let's go on to it in total contrast to that.
Yes.
And a good story from the UK's point of view. Thailand cave. The rescuers are in a race to actually get the 12 youngsters out. But I want to give a shout out to the cave rescue people, UK cave rescue people who actually found the party. And I mean, I can't do cave. I can't do heights. And I can't do caves. Anybody been caving?
Yes, I've done portholing. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
When I was a young soldier down in Dorset, and it's when you go down there, what they do is you switch off. They get you to switch off your lamp, and you put your finger in front of your eye, and I kid you not, gentlemen, you cannot even see your own finger. It's that dark. And what they've done to punish one guy, this is, you wouldn't get away with it now, I have to tell you. They put him, he said, they left him there on his own, pitch dark in this, because he'd done some, he says, stay there until we send somebody for you. And he was sitting there, and they went back for him, and he was sitting there singing to himself. And he says it was absolutely terrifying sitting there. And he wasn't in there long, so and you've got water and you're crawling through things, so a very, very dangerous thing. Yeah.
It is extremely dangerous. I mean, I've been up Yorkshire way, up north, and I've been into the public side of it, but not into the the full blown potholing thing.
Yeah.
I just hope that they do find a way to get these youngsters out, because they've got to train them to dive.
That's right, because the problem is, everybody's going, well, we have to get them to dive and get them to show them out. But one guy said on the television, he says that's not the real problem. We're teaching them to swim and breathe with these things. He says because the water could rise while they're sitting there. Very dangerous.
Yeah, well, the monsoons carry on until September.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to actually get the water to. They can't pump it out.
No.
The only way is to swim through it. Anyway, we say good morning as we go international to Kelly, who's in Sarnia.
Where's that? Oh, Canada. Yeah.
And a good friend of David Burrows.
Oh, Canada. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was Canada Day on July 1st. And David Burrows' birthday. Yesterday was Independence Day, which we don't celebrate in England, strangely enough, do we?
No, can't you see?
Right, okay. I was talking to David on Monday, David Burrows on the show, and I said, 4th of July is Independence Day in America when they gained independence from England. 1st of July is Canada Day when Canada gained independence from England. And the question came back from David, well, when did England gain independence? Well, let's go for Great Britain on this one, Peter. We have never needed to gain independence. We've always been independent.
Because I don't think we've ever been conquered.
Not the whole country, no.
No, just Jersey.
Okay, going back to, yeah, okay. And obviously we were invaded by the Vikings a couple of times.
Yes.
Well, probably quite a few
At
times.
the Battle of Hastings, wasn't that an invasion? Didn't we get out?
We absorbed the Danes into our British nationality. I don't know, debatable, John. I'm just trying to say that we've never had in the modern era to ask for independence from anybody else.
No.
Yeah.
We've
Okay.
put them on the beaches, etc. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, a good news story. This year or this week is the celebration of 70 years of the NHS. And I mean, that's something we can rightly be proud of, Peter.
Oh, well, you're asking the right person, you know. I owe my life to the National Health Service. And my partner works in the National Health Service. And I know how hard they work. And there's not on the news yesterday in America, there's people had the same surgery as me, had to sell their homes, had to go bankrupt in order to live. And we should be really, really thankful for what we've got. But there comes a limit where we've got to be able to pay for it. I mean, a penny in a pound, but that money would have to go and ring fence it and just sort everything out it needs sorted out, you know. And yes, it's. I mean, many lives have been saved with it.
Yeah, I mean, my mother is currently in the rehab unit in Nelson. She's 90, and she had a bad fall, and she went to the General Hospital in Blackburn, and they looked after her for 4 weeks and helped her get to this stage. And she's now in rehab. And because the National Health Service is free at the point of delivery, then the care has been fantastic over this period. And just a shout out to everybody who works in the NHS. John?
The NHS has been too successful. There's too many of us now, and as a consequence, there isn't enough money to go around for everybody to be treated by the NHS.
I'm going to take exception with that.
Right.
The medicines and treatment advancement has been too successful. The NHS is a good thing.
I'm not criticising the NHS. My daughter worked for the NHS. Yeah. I'm just saying that we're all living considerably longer than when the I mean, the average man around here when the NHS started in 48 lived to be circa 49, 50. Round here now, today, you can expect to reach 81 to 84.
That's right. I know.
Great advances.
Yeah. I think we should have euthanasia at 70, apart from I turn 70.
No, we've been here before, Peter. It's not going to fly. It's not.
That's a joke, people. That's a joke.
There are too many Tory voters over the age of 65 for that to ever happen. Yeah, I mean, it's you need the over 65. If without the over 65 speed, the over 70s, you wouldn't have had a Brexit vote going the way it did.
Go on,
So there
bring
you
all
are.
of these again. But one of the things with the NHS is right. Sometimes, people are kept going really when it's the end, and that's why people are going abroad to do what they've got to do because they're in pain. There's a fair bit of that goes on. And without a recent doctor, I'm sure it goes on elsewhere quietly. And what they think is helping.
Right, talking of Healthy, I came across a messenger bot yesterday, well, 2 days ago, which is run by the BHS.
Yes.
BHF.
BHF.
Yeah, British Heart Foundation.
F for sugar, wasn't it?
Sorry?
That F for Freddie.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Sugar.
Thank
It
you. I'm
sounded
just,
like BHS.
sorry.
Home stores have gone, haven't they?
I'm getting my wires crossed. Just let me find it.
It's the British Heart Foundation, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
It is, yeah. It is the British Heart Foundation. It's the BHF bot. And basically, it's a very useful bot. It's not sort of to actually, it's to encourage you to actually take up an activity. And you go into the bot and it knows who you are, because that's the way Facebook Messenger works. And it says, okay, could you answer a few questions? So you answer a few questions about yourself, nothing personal. And then it says, right, okay, what are you interested in? Are you interested in running, walking, hiking, swimming? And then it says, okay, thank you. These are the events you could go to in your area. Absolutely brilliant use of.
I'll have to. I did see you mention. I'll have to get our cycling club onto that then.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great way to promote a lifestyle of being active.
Yes.
And to get the message out.
Very good. Yeah. So BHF, or British Heart Foundation, are into research. Yeah. Because I was finding more about it, and we've got the Chest, Heart and Stroke Association up here in Scotland, and they work kind of hand in hand. So BHF is for research, and the other one is helping people with aftercare, etc., etc. So there's a wee bit of a difference there. So, in fact, in Aberdeen, the charity's got 4 stroke nurses, and when I met them, we're going to have a sit down with Venture Aberdeen, and we're going to see about me going abseiling, cycling, canoeing, and all these sorts of activities to give not for me, but my job's to motivate people to get back on their bikes or be active. And so the Venture Aberdeen will hopefully get some publicity, and the Chest, Heart and Stroke will get publicity. We're going to win all the way if they do it. So that's what we're doing.
Give them a little bit of publicity now.
Chest, Heart and Stroke Association, cover Scotland.
All right. Okay. All good.
And yeah, so there's a wee bit of a difference there. But another thing I don't know if you know about this in Scotland, the government, Transport for Scotland, the Energy Saving Trust, we're getting up to 3,000 or 6,000 per household for electric bikes, interest free. And community groups are getting £800,000 to get bikes, to put them out to people, to get them on electric bikes. There's a lot of work going on there.
Yep. Right. Now, I know you don't like cricket, either of you. It's all right. You don't need to get sleep, John. I'm not going to mention cricket.
Well, there is one thing worse than cricket. Wimbledon. Oh.
You said? See, I'm psychic.
What's
I knew.
Another song.
Right. Okay. For those who do follow tennis, it's the second round today, and best wishes to Joanna Konta and Kyle Edmund that they win and get through to the third round, because unfortunately Mr. Andy Murray pulled out before the Wimbledon tournament started. I've got a friend who was actually there yesterday, enjoying the tennis. People go to enjoy it, John, to watch it live. We've quietened John. He's not even going to speak whilst this is on the screen.
Yeah, we're not cricket fans.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, I'll talk about Wimbledon tennis and
yeah.
Yeah.
Sheila
Okay.
loves it. She sits and watches. She's actually been to Wimbledon. And Sheila, she loves the tennis.
Yeah,
No.
it's a brilliant game. Brilliant game. Okay, that's Wimbledon then. We wish the Brits well.
Get cricket over and done with as well, then.
I don't think there's any cricket news at the moment. I think we'll go for Formula One if you want.
That Formula One, that's almost as boring. I mean, 50 laps round a circuit, you know.
I know. And you're standing at a corner and you see it going, wing, that's it, 50 times. What's that about?
And that's absolutely brilliant. I mean, the sport itself has given so many innovations to the car industry. It's not true. And it's the biggest traveling trade exhibition, visiting 21 countries every year, marketing the best of UK expertise that there could ever be. It's far better than the British Board of Trade, whatever it is, actually visiting with some businessmen. I say, for marketing point of view, it's one of the best marketing devices we've got, apart from the Queen.
Do you know, wow, I just see message upon message upon message coming in with all the pests that are going about just now. Lovely jubbly. And someone else is taking the calls. Lovely jubbly.
Okay, what should we be on the lookout for this time of year, Peter?
Wasp nests are getting bigger. They'll be getting dangerous. And, right at the beginning, people will be dying because of stings. We'll tell you more about in the Mousy Men show, because that's on today at 3:30, by the way, in case you didn't know. And we'll all tell you about people dying, etc., with stings, because you don't know if you're allergic to them. So you'll hear all about wasps in the Mousy Men show, and we'll get rid of some myths for you, and we'll tell you how we tackle them, etc., etc.
Who is the other Mousy Man? Is it Gordon?
It's Gordon. Gordon is no, it's not.
You know, he could be watching you now, Peter. No,
hey, these guys are so they're so busy, it's unbelievable. And the message bot's been getting used this week. I was worried because I thought this isn't working, but I don't know if the bot, not so much the bot, but can it get started certainly come up. And the biggest mistake I made, as I told you before, is I didn't have a big capture in front of my website with a name address, and I've got loads of them coming in now. So yeah, lovely jubbly.
All right.
But yeah, you'll hear more about in the Mousy Men show today, 3:30. Yeah. Now, you're not putting any names and things up on just now, are you?
You mean like that, Peter?
Mousy Man 3:30 today.
Yeah, well, I can't see that here.
Hang on.
Right.
You should be able to. You're obviously on the wrong page.
No. Am I?
You can't.
I can see them.
Sorry?
In beautiful purple, Mousy Men at 3:30 today.
No, I see. It's got John Upton, it's got Stephen Healey above your heads just now. But I can't see anything else.
Can you not see this?
No. I can see you, and I can see John now. But
Can you see live in the top left-hand corner and the people who are watching underneath?
But live's in the top left-hand corner, and it's got 2 viewers, and it's got 1 reaction, and it's got 2 boxes with the people's heads.
3 comments, 4 comments.
But I've got the talk box, team chat, right? Chat with your guests. But I haven't seen the thing with the Mousy Men.
Well, it's going on the screen again, Peter, and every time you mention it, I'll put it on the screen.
The Mousy Men.
It should be above this. It should be underneath the screen now. Underneath.
No, I see it. What I do see is I see it trying to get on, and then it disappears.
No. When I take it off,
put it on.
It is on.
He's on.
Well, I can't see it.
You. Right. 3. Pardon us for a moment, Kelly. I'm going to press it now. I'm going to count 3, 2, 1, and you should see it on your screen.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
It came up for a millisecond and went off again.
Yes, that's because it's just telling you it's been there. It's not. You're not actually watching the live show.
All right. Okay. Right. Well,
Right.
you can't
So
even read it.
it is working, and every time you mention the Mousy Men, I'll bring the title up.
Right. So it
Right.
comes up for a millisecond, and I can't even read it. It's so quick.
Well, yeah, it is just a notification, Peter. It's
Okay.
not. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay. It just
But it
says what
stays up, no problem for me. It's
Okay.
there all the time.
And well,
Okay.
how can he see it and I don't then?
I don't
Well,
know, Ken.
you live the wrong side of the border. That's the problem.
Right.
Just,
Okay. Now, yesterday was, apart from being July 4th, was a very busy day. Back in May 2017, I had this idea for BeLive in 5. And the BeLive in 5 created the free course all about BeLive.tv, and also went on to do the chargeable course. And BeLive in 5 has trained, well, the course has had 4,000 students plus, and lots of people have been encouraged to go live on BeLive.tv for the first time. Yeah, Kelly and Kevin, thank you for the feedback. We're talking apples and oranges, unfortunately, because Peter's hopefully looking at his broadcast screen, and you can see it live on video. But thank you for that confirmation.
that's fine.
So we helped a lot of people to go live on BeLive.tv. This back in May 2007, and then of course this year is the live video hub, which I'll come on to in a moment, because I got in the heading somewhere. Yes, I have. Yes, there. Which was my idea in May 2018. So I have one good idea every year in May, and I run with it.
Okay.
But the only thing is that if you're focusing on something like I was on BeLive in 5 and on the live video hub, total focus, it's going to run with it, then you've got to drop the ball somewhere else. Yeah.
Right.
So I didn't post to YouTube since June last year. I didn't blog at all since the middle of last year. In fact, my blog it's just been non-existent this year.
Right.
So I thought I'd best do something about it. And in one day, I used repurpose.io to take all the videos that I wanted across from Facebook to YouTube. And then I used a widget by the same company to take the Facebook Live posts and create a blog post on WordPress and embed the video, and all that happens automatically. So I want to give a shout out to repurpose.io, who allowed me in one day to reinvigorate not only YouTube, but my blog. And that brings us neatly onto the live video hub and Peter. Peter is the latest person to join the live video hub. How do you feel about it, Peter?
I'm quite excited, and I think Gordon's quite excited about it, because to be honest with you, obviously after my problem, people said it takes you a good year. Well, that's basically the year up, and I just can't believe how different I am. And I'm ready to go now, because that's the Mousy Men. Yeah, I feel fresh to do it now, so we're quite happy. Gordon's happy with it, and we'll hope to have a bit of fun with it. And I think it's probably unusual. Yeah, it's something that not a lot of others have done. And do you know what I learned this week? It's about engagement. Engagement with your potential customers, education. And I've done a lot of that recently by going out and talking to the customers, giving seminars. And this is another way of getting in touch. We've got like a Facebook finders up here, and everybody say, okay, I'm looking for a pest controller. And what happens is everybody throws names in the hat, their friends and their uncles or whatever, you know. But the biggest difference I done, this woman had a problem. I went on it and actually give her some information and helped her and told her why. And that was the reason I got a business, because of the engagement. So this is going to be another way of me engaging with customers. And I've done a wee bit of work in the background. I think you have been given my Facebook page recently to like and things like that.
You better explain what Live Video Hub is for Kevin.
Yes.
Really benefit from it.
Right.
Kevin.
Okay. Thank you for the question, Kevin. Thank you for the John. I'm off and running. All right. You can now, when you go live on your business page, go live on another business page at the same time. You only need to agree between the two of you that you can cross post. Now, I do this with David Burrows in Canada. When I go live on David's page, and that's how I got to know Kelly, who's watching the show at the moment. And basically, I get a Canadian audience, David gets a UK audience when he broadcasts. So it is simple. So that's two Facebook pages agreeing that when they go live on their own page, they can go live on another page. My idea in May this year was, why not take that a stage further? Why have just the one-to-one swaps? Why not have one page where anybody who broadcasts on BeLive.tv can go live on that page too? So, as it stands at the moment, there are 150 shows which are regularly broadcast on BeLive.tv on business pages, and those people, when they go live on their own page, they go live on the hub. If you watch the video I just posted, it gives an explanation of exactly how it works. But at the moment, we're averaging between 12 and 15 shows going live a day. Now, why, you might ask yourself, should you do that? If you just broadcast on your own page, you're only ever going to be seen by the people who run past your page. If you go live on the Live Video Hub, you're going to get a brand new audience, because the Live Video Hub is backed by BeLive.tv, run by me, and we are there to promote BeLive.tv, but more importantly, to promote all the shows that are on there. And if you watch the short video, there are 8 shows actually in that video, which we're promoting at the moment. So we're going to be spending money on promoting your show. All you need to do, as Peter did this morning, was to give me a link to his page. Peter then confirmed the link so that he can now post onto the Live Video Hub when he goes live. With the Mousy Men at 3:30 p.m. today, he will go live, fingers crossed, on the Live Video Hub at the same time and reach a new audience. From a viewing point of view, I enjoy live video more than I do watching television, because live video is totally interactive. If you're watching a show, you can actually comment, and your comments are acknowledged and taken into account and spoken about. So live video is a fantastic way. So if I want to sort of watch live video, I can go to the Live Video Hub page and I've got all the shows to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with 150 broadcasters, your next question is, how do I find somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Well, RJ Redden's designed what we call the discoverability bot.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, you can go along and you can type in that you're interested in shows. It will tell you what the business shows are, what the chat shows are, what the health shows are, what the personal coach shows are, and what the specialty shows are. And it allows you to get in contact with the page. It allows you to actually message that page directly, and it allows you to set reminders for shows. So the Live Video Hub, for lovers of live video, is the ability to watch 150 different shows 24/7. And this is becoming increasingly important. Not only do we have 12 to 15 shows on the hub going live, reaching a new audience, and it's all free, by the way, reaching a new audience, we also have the fact that we now have on there over 650 recordings, which you can search. So if you're interested in messenger bots, if you type in the word bot on the video page and search for it, you'll see all the shows that have been broadcast on the Live Video Hub about bots. Yeah. Okay. If you're interested after today in all the shows about Aberkill, then you can type in Aberkill and you see all Peter's shows as the week go on. If you're interested in cricket, that's John asleep now. Right, okay, so that's the live video hub. To go on the live video hub, just message me simply with the page. And thank you for Kevin for the question, and thank you, John, for the in. And it's over to any questions, Peter or John?
A lot to take in, but I'm sure you've made videos about that in a course or something for it. Right?
I haven't made a course, but there is a video on the page itself,
yes,
which describes it step by step. So I'll give you a link to that afterwards.
Well, it is good because I obviously I've forgotten a lot of what I've done, and yesterday I managed to set up my show with pictures. I managed to get the pictures on screen, and I even done my logo. Would you believe?
Brilliant.
Yeah, so
look forward to seeing that. And to a question from Kevin, so if I give you a link to my business page, I can go live on my own page. We'll also go live on the hub. Two-step process. That's the first step. You give me the page link, and I send you a confirmation link so that the relationship is set up. Mm-hmm. And then you're in control. The live video hub, first of all, the live video hub will never, ever broadcast. Yeah. So it doesn't broadcast. So though it says cross-posting, it will never, ever post on your page. You're finding a new audience on the live video hub. But you decide. You come to BeLive.tv, you schedule your post, and that creates on Facebook the post with the reminder button, that post. And it says Kevin's going live at 3 p.m. today, or Peter's going live at 3:30 p.m. today. As the owner of that page, you then go and edit the post, as you can normally, and you can then go to settings on editing, go to cross postings, you'll see the live video hub, click it, it turns blue, press save, and that's it. So edit, settings, cross postings, save, and that show, when you go live on your business page, will now go live on the live video hub. It's as simple as that. It's 1, 2, 3. Well, edit, settings, cross postings, save, edit, settings, cross postings, save, and that's for every video you want to go live on the hub. Obviously, if you're doing a video which is not on BeLive.tv, you wouldn't want to go on the hub with it. Please don't. So other videos, you just don't do anything and nothing happens. If you don't do anything to the video before you go live, you won't be on the hub. Okay, and just to reiterate, we will never ever post to your page. Right. And Kelly's saying he also watches this because now we have a UK connection, Peter. I'm also, Kelly in Ontario is saying, I also watch the show because my brother served in Her Majesty's Navy for 7 years as a submariner. So I find England interesting.
Well, one of the mousy men was a Royal Navy personnel at one stage. Gordon. I was a tank soldier, but he was in the Navy. Bit of a military theme in my business.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I mean, so you prefer to employ military men?
I mean, I give them the chance. I mean, even the chap that's no longer with me, he was a member of the Army Cadet Force, and there's a wee bit of discipline there because I make my guys shave and presentable, wear a uniform, and there's no problem with it whatsoever, But yeah. So I do. I'll give ex-service. In fact, do you know that an employer can sign up with a military covenant where they support ex-armed forces? You can do that as an employer.
Got it. John, news from Solihull.
Well, Mr. Ralph Smith says that if we don't sort Brexit out, he won't be spending £80 million in Solihull over the next 5 years.
That hits home, doesn't it? Because the money that they have, they can spend anywhere in Europe, and they're opening a factory, I think, in Slovakia.
That's where the Discovery is going, to Slovakia.
Yeah.
On the basis of 80 million investment to do new cars, including building some some Jaguars in Solihull that previously haven't been built in Solihull. So
yeah, that's when it hits home, isn't it? Because I mean, the Midlands is cars.
not so much today as it used to be honest, Stephen.
Okay.
But yeah, Solihull's biggest employer, that's for sure.
Right. News from Aberdeen, Peter.
Oh, well, I'm not into football, but the new football stadium for Aberdeen Football Club had the manager and had the, I think it's chief executive, the owner, digging the ground for the start of the new football ground. A lot of controversy about it. People don't want it in the backyard. They've moved it to the edge of the city. They've taken it into a greenfield area, and it caused a lot of problems. It came right from the heart of the city, and it went out to the edge, and so there's been a big fight.
Same in Coventry. They moved that literally to the edge of town within less than half a mile from the motorway junction.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And 2 years later, Coventry City left and moved to Hampton.
Really? Why did they do that?
They're back now, but they fell out with the stadium owners.
Ah, right. And they're back to the same stadium then?
They are now.
Right. That's the way to do it. That's what you should do with this Brexit carrying on. Just bye! And if they want us back, it'll be another dance. Good analogy there.
Well, that's Mrs. Our Prime Minister stood on the deck of the sinking ship, waving to us and saying goodbye. Is that the good analogy?
She's maybe a submariner for all you know, and ready to hit him with someone when she goes under.
I want to know what's happened to Stephen, because we haven't seen him for 3 weeks.
No, I mean, he did say this morning that he'd be with us at 10:30. I don't know. I'm just gonna. I don't think chasing's any good. If he wants to turn up, he'll turn up.
Yeah, he'll turn up.
I don't know. It's. I mean, from an organisation point of view, it's a lot easier when we've got 4 of us on screen because it balances better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to have to keep changing the screen view so often. Yeah, okay. I'm waiting to hear what he says. I don't think we can push him.
He's enjoying himself with his wife. She just had a birthday or something like that. Just let him enjoy themselves. Yeah, look, he'll come back. He'll be missing me. He'll be back.
Could well be, Peter. Right, okay. This afternoon.
Breakfast meetings that he's going to, I think.
Yeah.
Is that all right? Okay. Yeah.
Right.
He doesn't go on his bike like you, Pete.
Did you like that? Was you impressed with that now?
Yeah, although you cheated, didn't you? You stopped off for a break on the way back.
No, I went into the bike shop. To have a look at the electric bikes and things, But it's a place. See, have you seen the latest video when I'm going down the hill?
No, but you've seen the new hashtag that I've put on your
No, I'll have to have a look.
post? Oh, it says
Oh, yes.
don't video and ride your bike.
It's great.
Riding one-handed is not a clever thing.
No, well, you do it when you're changing directions.
Yeah, but when you change the directions, you're giving people an indication. You're not holding the video camera in your hand.
So that's actually a little compact camera. I'll put it on my personal timeline, and you can see the route. You didn't see that, did you? When you're going down the hill. I'll put that on after this. And
we'll be sending Sergeant TCS up to have a word.
It's a road that's all downhill. The cars used to go up and down it, and it's only bikes and pedestrians.
You do know you can get a thing to fit on your handlebars to hold your phone, so you can do that.
Well, it's not my foot. It's actually a compact camera, but I'm getting a chest one that I put on my chest.
You get on the chest strap, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a chest strap for it. And
so it's a little. Can't find mine, but I've got a little camera that it's not a expensive one. It's only a cheap Chinese copy, but it works. Well enough.
Did you get a strap for it? Did you get a chest strap?
No, there is a box of add-ons. There's one so you can fix it to your helmet, but I couldn't tell you where my helmet is. So,
I mean, I'm going to do a lot more video because I just think, video is the way to go, and just do that, But yeah, it's good. Very good. Where'd Stephen go?
I don't know. He disappeared. He thought.
I'm back. I just give you a chance to have a chat for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Right. Okay. This weekend is the Race for Life on Sunday, which is a ladies' only race, unless you're willing to dress up, of course. And what you believe it, John? Some men do.
No, that was my shingles hurting. That was.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was a reaction to the fact
every
that
time I move.
Oh.
They are going, but apparently that's the worst time is when they're going. So, Peter, have you had your hair cut as well?
Yes, I've had my hair cut. Looking very slim, isn't it?
It looks like a very serious marine style cut,
No, never. What has it? Are you going to give it a 2-pound tip?
A marine style cut.
Right,
so
okay, back
to Wiltshire other than the race. And
I just wanted to talk a bit about it. The Race for Life is on Sunday, and it's raising funds for cancer research. This will be, I think it's Angelica's 4th year, and she's racing with her daughter Katie, and they've been doing it together for the last 4 or 5 years. But they don't always go to the same venue. They've been to somewhere we've mentioned before, Salisbury, and done the 10K there. They've been to various places, but this year, the 10K they're actually involved in is in Oxford. Now, this matters because the Oxford race is around the streets of Oxford. It's not somewhere in a field. It's actually around Oxford itself, and the town, the city centre is actually, roped off for the day. But this is important because Darren, who's Katie's boyfriend, and I always go and cheer them on. Now, normally, when we cheer them on, we're stuck in the middle of a field with nothing to do. This time, though, we're stuck in the middle of Oxford with plenty to do. Right, okay, so wish both Angelica and Katie well with the race this weekend. Okay, thoughts for the weekend, guys?
So, hang on, just one more. That means you'll be shopping while they're running. Is that right?
Correct, yeah. Oh, good. And drinking cappuccinos, of course, as one does in Oxford.
All right. Well, we've got Park Life at Upton this weekend, where we have a small park that lots of people don't even know is there. And so we're having a little mini festival in there, and the allotments have got a stand there. So we'll be selling plants and produce and introducing people to the delights of...
Right. I normally wish you good weather, but we can take that for granted, can't we?
Oh, it's too hot if it's anything.
I've been getting sunstroke. I would say to people, drink plenty of water. Yeah, because I yesterday I come back and just fell asleep and felt horrible.
Have you not got one of these knapsacks with the tube? Yeah?
No, I haven't got one of them, no.
Hydration knapsack or whatever they call it.
No, I've got to take more water. I'm very much aware of that. Yeah.
That's more water with the scotch, is it?
I don't like scotch. Yuck. I hate alcohol. Ugh.
Right.
No, I find that hard to believe, but honestly I do.
Peter's saying drink plenty of water, and I'm saying before we get to the weekend, there's a show at 5 p.m. in the UK, 12 p.m. Eastern, with myself and Linda West. We did try and do it last week, but things didn't go according to plan. This week is going to be perfect. We're going to just do it on the Thursday show. It's the first time we've appeared together as co-hosts, and I'm looking forward to it. Anything can happen, probably will. And that's at 12 p.m. Eastern today. So join us if you can. And don't forget, as I take that off screen, that the Mousy Men are here at 3:30 today, or 10:30 a.m. if you're on the east coast of the States.
Yeah.
From everyone at Blabbing for Britain, it's time to pass over to Mr. John Upton, who will close the show.
Well, drink plenty of water. Don't fall off your bicycle if you're like Pete. Don't video and ride your bike. That's our new hashtag, don't video and ride your bike. So it's goodbye from all of us in the UK. That's goodbye from Scotland, goodbye from Wiltshire. I don't know, they're down there, over here, up there, around the corner, wherever you are. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.